This is a test video of me using a stereo pair of Neumann TLM103s. I wanted to say a couple of things. First thing is, somebody said that I would have phasing issues because I didn't buy a matched pair of TLM103. You can buy a matched pair. Usually that means that the manufacturer compared how they measured, and they basically send you microphones that sound nearly identical, because through the manufacturing process, microphones can measure and sound slightly differently. When I did a stereo pair of Rode NT1s, they sounded the same. Those were made years apart. One of them was broken. I had to have it shipped to Rode multiple times for them to fix it, and they sounded the same to me. So somebody said I was going to have phasing issues. There's always people that are trying to ruin whatever you're trying to do. I'm going to have... Apparently phasing is from, like, if you have microphones at a farther distance apart from each other. So, like, say you're recording a sound source and you have one microphone really far away and another one closer. And then when you switch them from stereo to mono, that can cause phasing issues. So apparently it's not even about the microphone sounding different, especially so basically that's a non-issue for me doing a stereo recording like this. I did a test a second ago. They sounded the same to me. They need the same amount of gain. They look the same. I can't even tell which one is new and which one is old. Which one I've had for like a year and which one I just bought. They look identical. It's kind of funny. I do have some Rode WS2 windscreens and stuff when I used to have a stereo pair of Rode NT1s that I can use on these microphones. So, when I had stereo pair of Rode NT1s, this was kind of a joke that eventually I would have a TLM103 and then eventually a stereo pair of TLM103s. And we can see that joke has become a reality now. Also, I had a lot of people flipping out that I didn't buy a Neumann U87AI, because a lot of you guys went out and bought a U87AI because, again, a lot of people out there scoff at the TLM103 as if the TLM103 is a cheap piece of crap that's overly bright and brittle and thin, and the U87AI sounds so much better. In my opinion, I think the U87AI actually sounds too dull, too nasal. The 12 dBA self noise is kind of mediocre. These microphones are a lot brighter, a lot clearer, a lot more flattering, a lot more musical. They have much lower self noise, the TLM103. So I think these are more flattering, more musical. They don't have the nasal problem. Could you bitch that it sounds sibilant? I think it just adds a shimmer, a sparkle to your voice. I mean, it's all at how you look at it. I prefer the more flattering sound of the TLM103 over the U87AI that I think sounds kind of nasally and dull and just not very flattering. I mean, every time I listen to the U87AI, I think, I can see where people are coming from, but I just don't like the tone of it as much as I like the the TLM103. So it's all, I don't, again, I can't get myself to buy a U87AI. I've tried for the past couple of months to get myself to buy a U87AI, but every time I sit down and listen to it, I'm like, nope, I don't even really want it. So, it is what it is. There's people out there that think like me, that like the TLM103 more than the U87AI. I used to glamorize the U87AI until I really sat down and had to buy one and realized that I didn't necessarily like it that much after all, which was kind of shocking to me. So anyway, that's it for this video. It's the same with the DT990s. People say, oh, they got too much high frequency extension. They're shrill, they're harsh. I think it just adds a musical sparkle that I enjoy listening to, that I think sounds musical, you know. So it's all at how you look at it, and yeah, that's it. So this was a 5-minute long video testing out a stereo pair of TLM 103s.